Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to quickly take a look at what we're building. Okay, so welcome to the second app you'll be building in this course, and it's basically a responsive web app that's a clone of the Uber Eats website. Okay, so if you go to Uber Eats and you were to open it up in, say, mobile, in portrait mode, you would get something similar to this. Now, I've gone with an Aussie version of it, and so I've called it Aussie Tucker. And tucker is basically another word for food in Australian slang. All right. And because I'm Australian, I just thought I'd do something Australian. And the green and gold represents our colours, right? And basically underneath that, I have a search, right? Which if you go to the Uber Eats website, you'll see this search of this branding. Then under that, I have the when and where the delivery would go to if you were to make a purchase or an order. And then directly under that, we have a bunch of stores, right, in single file, one after the other. So if I scroll down, you see the format's all the same. They have a thumbnail image, then they have a bit of text, a description of what categories they're in, and how long it will take to get to your place based on, where you're currently located and where they're currently located, and then kind of like a ranking review system here, where we can see their rating and how many people have voted, all right? And it's the same for all of them. And then we get to the bottom where we have the footer, and that's made up of kind of like a title again, then a section of links, kind of go-to links or call to action links that you may want to look up, things like pricing or help or whatever. And that's underneath some social media icons that are up here. And then below that, in another area, we have the copyright information and some security links. Okay, so that's how it looks in mobile portrait mode. Now, if I flip it over and go to landscape, well, it's pretty much the same, except things are just a little bit wider until I get to the footer. So if I come down to the footer, what's happened now is the footer's broken out into two columns, right? So the social media links are on the left and the other calls to action are in a right-hand side column. Same for the security bit. We have our copyright on the left-hand side and now security links here on the right. All right. So that's mobile. If I now move to something a bit bigger, say iPad, well, it's going to look pretty similar again. The difference is now we have two columns for the stores, right? So we have one column before and everything followed each other. Now we have two columns where it flows left to right, then to the next row, to the next row, to the next row, right? So we have to cater for thumbnail sizes and things like that, right? And when we get to the bottom, now we've got three columns for the footer, all right? So we've broken the two columns that we had, i.e. the right column that we had for the two columns, we've broken that into two more columns. And for the final bit, we've taken those two security links and we've put them in separate columns as well, all right? Now, there's not much difference if I go landscape. In fact, I don't think there's any difference whatsoever. Everything's pretty much the same, all right? Maybe the only difference is it's gone to 3 stores, right? And that's just because the device is a lot wider. So as a result of that, if I bring it back to, say, iPad Pro, which is a bit bigger again, we now see we do have those 3 stores in 3 columns here. And as we scroll down, nothing else has changed in the footer, all right? And the last thing we need to note is this information right here. At the moment, it appears in this location, but if I rotate the iPad Pro over, it now appears in the top header, all right? So this is what we're going to be building over the next number of videos. Now, what are we starting with? Well, we're starting with that, an empty screen, okay? White, nothing in it. And the HTML I have for it is literally a blank body, but I've added the meta tag for the viewport so that we don't have to worry about how it looks on mobile and things like that. I've already set up the width to be the device width and things of that nature, okay? Then I'm just referencing a style sheet. Inside the style sheet, I just have some basic setup information here. So I'm making all margins 0, all padding 0, making sure box sizing is set to border box. I'm ensuring the height is 100%, and then I'm setting some fonts and background color. So I'm making sure the background color is in fact white. And then overall, I'm just making sure the body element is 16 pixels and the line height is 2.4 or 24 pixels. And then the color is a greenish color. So if we look at the overall website, you can see that in a lot of places we're using that green. Okay, might be a little bit easier to see if I go to the smaller device here. So you can see that green color, and it's also here too, and it's inside of here and inside of here, and it's used there. So it just makes it easier for me to not have to change 100 places where I'm going to use that color. Okay, so that's it for this video. We'll get started building out this app in the very next one. So I'll see you then.